I have this two balls. I'm just going to use this on border, and this is going to be a main cap. Like, I'm just going to use this two size because it is going to be, it's a braid knit, it's going to be a bit tighter. That is the reason I'm really taking it, you know, this big one and this smaller one. This just balances it. So I don't know this number, and it used to be, you know, before it was broken, sorry, plastic one, it used to be this 8 mm. But normally, you know, that our 8 mm needle is smaller than this plastic one, right? But I don't know, I really have this 8 mm needle. So let's start with this. So for this, I'm just going to add two stitches to join my caps, plus adding 19 stitches. For we need only 19 stitches for this cap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. Now what we really do is 1, 2, 3, and wolf in front. 1, 2, 3, and 1 in wolf front. 1, 2, 3, yarn front. 1, 2, 3, yarn front. 1, 2, 3, yarn front, and so yarn over. 1, 2, 3, and yarn over at the last time, you know that. Always we just need this one, you know, that this really makes our knitting faster. This 2 pull and 2 knit. It's 2 pull, 2 knit, 2 pull, 2. We just repeat this all over this entire row, just like this, right? Just this is the second row and the back row. Two, four. Last time we have three stitches here. Now it's just going to be 4 stitches because we have to knit it purl here, so yarn over from back side. 2, yarn over from back side. After knitting every 4 stitch, you just have to yarn over from back side. But the last one, you really bring this front and knit it. always knit it, and all this 1 2 3 purl this time, but this knit remained constant. 1 2 3. This remains constant every time. We just knit like this again. In back side is easy, you know that, because we knit just like this entire row. One, two, three this time. One, two, three. One, two. Three knit and 2 purl. And we are knitting a cap, small round size cap. The total length of it will be only 7.5. Even this 7.5 inches is enough for this adult also, not just for children. But last one you will bring it and this yarn over. Always knit, and this time it's going to be 4, right? 4, but knit remains constant. 2. There are certain times, you know, that you really just copy from this, some designs, some patterns, you know, that you really copy from book or chart, and some designs, you know, that you really come up our own. As I really have to knit so many caps for my project, which really donates, I normally just, you know, that when I really get bored, I really come up my own design. This is my name, my own design. I really come up on my own. Up until 4 row, or until we have 5 stitches, we really have almost nothing to do, just but to keep increasing, you know, that our yarn over, which really, as you must have figured this out, after 1 stitches increases to before we just ran yarn over every time. This really, and in total, you know, that in our needle 6 stitches will increase on each row. So 1 2 3 4, right? This time it's a 4, next time it's just going to be 5, and that is going to be 5, but 6 stitches increasing remains constant even until we really finish this. Again, we are on the back side of this cap, and knitting remains constant, you know, that 1 loop keep increasing every row, on every time we knit the back row, one stitch keep increasing 1 by 1. But this we just added this one to highlight our pattern. the main pattern, right? This knit part. So because all the cable knit patterns looks a lot better if you really just add some highlight. This one I really use the word highlighters for patterns. Also, you can also use the word this separates each pattern from the another one. It is not that easy what we really say it, but we just understand it, and then it is easier for us to now we have 5 stitches on each of your knit side. This means it is time to start our pattern. So what we really do in the beginning is take 3 and knit 2 from the back side and put it back, knit it. Again yarn over, knit purl, 2 purl, and take 2, 1, 2, put it back, one, 2, 3, yarn over and purl. Knit 2, put it back, 1, 2, 3. This comes first, yarn over and knit. We always knit the front one, this time it becomes 6. By this time you really don't even have to count it, you'll just know it just by the sight of it. You know that no need to count. After some time, you know that when you really get used to seeing it, we need we need 9 stitches here at this time, and again 2. To highlight it, and then we're just going to do this braid knit in this cap. One of the best part of this knitting this round shape cap is, you know, that I use the word round cap for this. You must be thinking that all caps are round one, but for me this, I really call this very soft and very round shape and because you know that we really just add only 19 stitches, it's super duper fast to knit it. And when you really make one, I bet that you will just want to make another and another and another one. If you love knitting, if you don't love, I just don't know. I'm not sure what you will do. But because you are watching this channel, this means you are a knit lover. That is the reason I'm saying that once you really make it, you want to make it 2 or 3 more of it. Second time making pattern. For this, you know that we are at the beginning phase, so we are just going to knit 2 stitches. You know that you take 2 from the and put it on your back side of it and knit 3 from your front. 1, 2, 3. Take it, put it back on your needle. 1, just 2. You know that we have also knitted 2 only from here, and yarn over, knit it, knit 2, take 2, and 1, 2, 3. Yarn over and pull. At this point you have 7, you can guess it, you have 7 stitches and this for this pattern, whereas we need 9 stitches. You know that is the reason we are just knitting 2 and just 1 stitch is missing from here. But because that, you know, that is slowly increasing our stitches increases very slowly, not enough row stitches. That is the reason we are managing this pattern at this point from whatever stitches we have. You don't need to worry about this. When you will just have enough stitches on our needle, we'll just cover this. We'll just have full 9 stitches for this pattern. You all must be knowing the braid knit pattern, right? Last one, bring 1, yarn over. Knitting backside is somewhat easy, you know that all you really have to do this purl 1, and whether you really make pattern or no pattern, all you really do is purl 1 and knit 1, purl 1, Now we need only one stitches on our needle to just make the complete pattern. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All we need is one more stitches to complete this pattern. One of the reason I really took this bit thicker size of needle is because this, this braid knit pattern makes your cap look bit tighter, that I prefer this bit loose sort of thing, bit loose, that in its knitting. So that's the reason I really picked this instead of 4 mm needle. I really went for this. I think that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now at last we got our final stitch to make our pattern complete. Sorry, I need to knit it, not bow it. Sometimes after doing so many times we still get confused. We still get confused in so many things. As I told you that now we have the perfect 9 pattern, and this one is 9 and this one is 2, makes it 11. We need total 13 pattern in one section. I mean, when I really use the word one section, from this to this one, and then we really stop increasing our this extra stitches. But we also need all these holes to make our cap look beautiful, right? We have to match. Again, it is our time to make the pattern. This is pattern row. What we really do this, we take 3. Now we knit 3, not like 2 like before, In earlier rows we were just doing only 1, 2, 3. Take 3 and knit 3. Perhaps this is the only one type of pattern, okay, but there are so many patterns which really complex only in 2 steps. This is first step of this pattern. Many of you may be not comfortable, that we're taking the stitches in your hand. You might need some helper, that some small needles. Some people really have seen doing this, but once you get comfortable with this, you need no such needle. And you know that those small needles only confuse you when you are doing your work. It's much comfortable too. Like I said, that this is the first step of our braid knit pattern. Braid knit is one of my favorite pattern, you know, that is so compatible. You can just add it, combine it with any pattern you really want, like it. Once we have 9 stitches for our pattern, and we just still increase it, we just have to knit it now, and we just knit, we pull 9 stitches. We knit 2 from this pattern, and again we knit it. This time we just knit 3 instead of the one before we were just doing only 2 knit. Nine purl and 2 knit, 3 knit. 9 purl, tell me how many of you just like the backside knitting without any, that we do not have to just add any pattern, no increase, no decrease, that it's simple, that following this what is in the needle, what we really make from the front row, right? And here we just knit without any pattern, no need to make pattern, just knitting plain. Okay, I really made a mistake. I should have just knitted this purl 1. Okay, so let me purl it, going back to again purl 1. Perhaps this is the first row. We have knitted purl 1 in this one, right? We just go back here like this, and we just yarn over and knit purl 2. Earlier we need not do all this, that, but as we really have just more and more stitches adding in our needle, so we just have to follow some method to get our pattern right. We pull it to this and again come back. Our 9 knit and one purl here and yarn. Now we just need need 3 including this one, and this we need 9. We pull 9. So I just keep confusing that pull part as a neat one. I must have noticed this, my confusion in my other videos also. Nope. 2. Now we are knitting 4 at this point instead of 2, that couple of rows before. These are the small things which you really need to keep in mind. 1 2 3 4. Practically speaking, we have all the stitches in our hand, which means we no longer need to increase more stitches, but we still increase it. Why? Now we are going to do the second part of our pattern. You know that this is braid knit. First we just bring it front, second we just knit it from front, but we just keep this 3 on the back side of it, not front side of it. We just knit 2, yarn goes behind, yarn over, and knit 2. 1 2 3. We knit 3. We take it 3, goes back. We knit it from front like this, and we put it back on our needle. Back, it goes back. We need 3, and it comes a needle. I told you that we have all the stitches we need for this pattern, but still we are just increasing, as you were just saying that when I really use the word increase, each time we just do the yarn over with this one stitches increase, and we are still increasing 6 extra stitches, right? To many, maybe this that this method of that taking stitches on hand is not easy. So this time knit 1 2 4 and at this point you are just going to find yourself knitting. Just a second, please, let me, some mistake. 1 2 3 4 5. There's we needed only 4 stitches there, and we have 5. I'll just show you how to control that extra stitches, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see it, we're almost at this end of this back side. As I told you, we have all the stitches needed in this for this cap. At this very point we have 85 stitches at this cap. From this point to this point we have 14. Like, let's count it: 2 4 6 8 10 12 14. In fact, we just need only 13 stitches from here to here. We are going to decrease 1. From this point onwards we decrease also. We increase and we decrease. This time we do not need to just add any pattern. So this is the perfect time for you to show you what I'm talking about. Because we have all the needed stitches here, it is time for us to knit 1 and this knit 2 at 1. So goes back, and we also increase it. Why we're increasing is to keep this look on our pattern. This one, it's not just this pattern, this really makes our cap beautiful, but this also adds the beauty of our cap. That is the reason we're just adding, increasing and decreasing at the same time. Some rows we have lots of pattern, some rows it's a pattern holiday. Did you notice me decreasing and increasing at the same time? We knit 1, knit 2 together and increase at the same time. We have this almost 7 inch. This is in fact a little more, this much, that not exactly 7.5, but this much is this. I needed this length has to be 7.5, but this like almost, it's exactly 7 inch. So this means we need to add our change, that border collar. And so what normally I really do this is to add my border collar, which is just going to be very red color, so that the baby looks perfect in this combination. This is, even though it's a border color, what I really do this, I need this exactly this one, and I also have to do my last pattern making. I always change my border color from here. And even though we are just knitting border, we just don't stop increasing, you know, that this far. We just stop. We still just do keep doing this decreasing and increasing and decreasing part. If we do this, it gives a perfect. If we just add the last pattern before this ending border, starting border, it gives a very good shape to our cap. This is, as you know, we're making the braid knit pattern. One step of the two-step pattern making. We are at the end of the row, and this is our last row of pattern making. From this point onward, we knit border. Here we have 85 rows in this, 85 stitches in this needle, and we need only 80 stitches. So what we really normally do this, because we really have to reduce only 5 stitches. So what I'm really going to do this, capturing it at this end of this each pattern, you know that when you, this one, which is the one section of this one, and the end of this, I just knit 2 at the same time, just that one. And this is garter stitch. We're going to use this as a border. Garter stitch is a perfect border for round cap. We continue knitting 2 at the end of each section of this. You know that from this to this I regard it one section. So we continue knitting, but rest we just knit just like this, because we have to reduce only 5 stitches, not more than that. This is the end of this thing. That is the reason we don't knit this 2 at a time, because we have 6 sections, if you can remember this, right? Look, the border, how it really makes this. This is my turn. Now we have 4 rows, 1 2 3 4 rows. Normally we really need 5 rows, but when you really end off from behind, you know that this is the front of it. When you really end off from behind, cast off, we'll just get exactly 5 rows of here. Now it's the rule, you know that all the caps, you know that in round shape cap, it normally it's 5 rows only. So let me cast it off. Casting it off is pretty easy normally, and What I'm really going to request you all is, if you like my videos, please comment below. And if you're watching this for the first time, you can also subscribe. Normally this is a kind of cap, that if we really have maximum 8 inch, our need will be done. I always just say this to every time, that when you really cast off, make sure that this needle is bigger than this one. It will just give you easy and smooth, that smooth cast off, not the tight one sometimes, which is not very good if you really have the tight. Now your cap is ready. Look at this. All you really have to do is stitch it. What I really do this is, one of the best part of garter stitch is, all you have to do this is take it and take it, take it and take it. And as for hiding it, do this. And one of the things which I really do this is like this. Go as far as the length of it. From here, what I really do this is, first round I take it, this, this is this line made by when we really casted in the beginning. Normally this is so small that we really don't need to just double it, like we just do this in other kind of caps, and all you really do this is take it and pick up this knots, that which you really can see this from this side. You really can see this is a bit bigger compared to this left side, so pick the knot to this and pick this knot. Sometimes if you feel it's a bit tight, you really can just pull it and make it not loose enough but normally fit enough. It really should not look a bit tight also. This allows you to hide this yarn, and now at this point it's fine to clip it. I think that last time I really went there. Now it's time to, we better go it this side, hiding our wool, right? Sometimes finishing is much more important, or maybe equally important part as much as picking patterns and knitting part. I mean, it's as important as selecting your color for the caps, right? Look. Hello knitters, welcome to my channel. I am Sunita Giri and I'm from Nepal. I knit for a charity which I founded in 2015, and this charity donates 200 children every year, hand knitted warmers, that we just make caps and make warmers one set. And if we really just can raise some fund, we can also donate. We have also been donating blankets, but when we really donate this, we focus only on children homes here in Nepal, because there are almost 600 children homes in this country. Last year we have just we have written one let's knit caps, so that we really can raise fund for our project, so that we can go and give to more children homes. And this is this pattern, which you really can't see this is I design. This is not something that which I really just get from some other catalog book, or maybe somebody wearing it. I'm also a designer, so that is the reason. And this is also you really can find in that book. If you like it, you can buy the book, which is available in Google Books, and I'm going to put the link of the description below, so that you really can find it. And in that book, Let's Knit Cap, you can just get almost 24 new patterns, that mostly it's a graphic one, that I really like to play with colors. So if you really buy those books, we're just going to donate more to children homes, and your small support is going to be so much to those children who really gets a warm wear in the winter time. And thank you for your support. Thank you so much.